young men and young American women, your fellow citizens, at this hour, putting on Kevlar vests and their helmets, and they're locking and loading their weapons. They're going out in the strange alleyways for a duty for which they are paid a modest price and pay a very high price if things don't go well.
It's a good before. Best go get it a big whack. It's a whiff from a passing whack. Sound off, 1, 2, sound off, 3, 4, Haynes count, 1, 2, 3, 4.
These young men and these young women, they're fighting this war in a place where they're not always welcome, even as they're defending the rights of the people who are there that they're there to protect. In America now, every family has a choice to send or not to send a young person into uniform.
Corey, I haven't seen you like all weekend. Yeah, okay, for sure.
We have a common obligation to honor those people who put on the uniform and risk their lives in the service of their country. We honor the warriors, whatever warfare.
We cannot do this event without transporting the tanks here. We have 4 tanks this weekend. And the 2 companies that transport them tanks for us is Homer Tree Industries in Lockport and Concrete Exchange as well.
Which brings me, of course, to the underpinning of the greatest generation. The greatest generation was not forged in World War II. It really was shaped by the common experience of the greatest depression this country has ever known, and we hope will ever know. The Great Depression of the 1930s.
As well as First Midwest Bank is another one of our sponsors as well.
Just when there was some hope, their commander-in-chief said to them, now you must go thousands of miles across the Pacific and thousands of miles across the Atlantic and fight the 2 greatest military machines that have ever been assembled. You'll do that on 6 of the 7 continents, in all of the seas and the skies above, and the outcome is by no means certain. In 1938, the United States was the 16th military power in the world, behind even Poland. Dwight Eisenhower was still a colonel. And at home, the President of the United States said to those who were left behind, we'll shut down the production of civilian vehicles and we'll build trucks and tanks and airplanes.
Just a reminder, because of the pyrotechnics in today's battle and setting up for the next battle, we can't allow any kids or anyone to go on the battlefield after we're done today.
And farm boys who learned how to weld and how to design things on the farm went to work for Boeing and became machinists overnight. Bellhops in Minnesota, a year later, were flying 4-engine bombers over Central Europe. High school dropouts were wading ashore across the Pacific in Marine uniform. And at home, farmers were growing more and eating less so the troops would have what they needed. Families went without the most basic needs in life because they knew that there was common cause here. And we prevailed. We won the war because of the determination of our leaders, the will of our warriors, and the great alliance that was put together.
We French could forget about you. We did not. We will never forget. Even my mother and my father were 10 and 12 years old at the time. They remember the Nazis coming, occupying, and leaving town. Then they see you and your comrades liberating our villages and our cities. For them, I would like to thank you. Today, you are my hero. You are my liberator.
Thank you, sir.
Watch it. Oh, God. No, no. Man. No. Man. No. No. Oh, God. Watch him. Watch him. Masters. Yeah. Push him. Get over here, boy. Got him! You heard him, let's go!
I would like to pay tribute to the memory of Staff Sergeant William F. Leonard with the United States Army. Staff Sergeant Leonard's family is in Washington today to accept his posthumous designation as recipient of the Medal of Honor. As you may know, the Medal of Honor is the highest military medal bestowed by the United States and is awarded for valor in action against enemy forces. Mr. Leonard is being recognized for his actions during World War II while serving as a squad leader with Company C, 30th Infantry on November 7, 1944 in France. Mr. Leonard's platoon was in the middle of a vicious firefight with Nazi forces and reduced to 8 men by artillery, mortar, and machine gun power. This brave soldier and leader led the survivors in an assault over a tree and shrub-covered hill, continuously swept by automatic fire. Staff Sergeant Leonard killed 2 snipers, and disregarding the bullets that pierced his back, he engaged and destroyed a heavy machine gun with rifle grenades, killing the 2-man crew. Though stunned by an exploding bazooka shell, he continued his advance and knocked out a second machine gun and captured the roadblock objective. When Staff Sergeant left the United States Army, he returned to Lockport, where he worked in the auto industry and as a butcher before retiring from work at a radiator company. He died in 1985 at the age of 71. Staff Sergeant William F. Leonard received the Distinguished Service Cross, which will be upgraded to the Medal of Honor and will be presented to his family today in a ceremony at the White House and tomorrow at the Pentagon.